guys, it's Megan Rose from the Philippines. Today is May 25, 2019. It's a Saturday. Welcome to my channel. It is called Gantsilyera, a show and tell of crochet and craft related items. So what have I been up to these past days? I was able to make my podcast into a regular one. And today I'm gonna show you the projects that I have been making and some topics at the last part. So I have finished 2 tumbler holders. This is the first one that you have me seen. And Sophie have seen this, so she decided to learn crochet again. So this is the first one. The other one is using some mercerized cotton variegated thread. So I have some lying around and I just decided to start one. And so now I have 2 of them. And since I ran out of this color of yarn, for the handle I incorporated a yellow one. So now I have 2 more tumbler holders to add to the collection that I have. I have 8 in my collection, so now I have 10. So I consider this as my pose or my finished objects. The other project that I have been making are some cord holders or charger organizers. So the other day I just decided to make one because I have some leftover from the yarn that I got from China. So I decided to make some of them so that I can use it for organizing my chargers. So this is the first one that I made using the variegated yarn, and you can use scrap yarns for this ones and it will do. And I just put a button on it, and these are using some double crochet. I double crochet 7 rows, and then I just single crocheted around it and put a button. So the double crochet can turn out to be the buttonhole, and now you have that. So since you really needed most of them, I decided to make 5. So I have 5 pieces of them from whenever I have leftovers from the variegated yarn that I have. So I consider this one of my posts also. Some cord holders or organizers. And the last time, I was searching for a certain stitch or stitches that are new to me online or on YouTube, and I stumbled upon some of them. I discovered some alpine stitches, and there's this one stitch online that caught my eye. It is the Larksfoot track stitch from Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. So I decided to work on it, and I have watched this video, and it's not really that hard once you have memorized the stitches. So what I decided on is to work on 2 of the variegated yarns that I have on hand, and it turned out like this. So this is one of the yarns from China, but since it is variegated, you can't really see that much the Larksfoot track stitch. But one whole ball of yarn is this much. I have used most of them for this crochet panel. And as you know, I really love making bags for myself. So I decided to make some panels so that I can work on another bag for me. From time to time, I usually do that just to have something to carry with me that is crocheted, that I can show people and it starts a conversation about my business. So this is using the Larksfoot stitch, and since I have 2 balls of this color, I decided to make 2 for the back and the front part of the bag. And since this is pretty shallow, I'm going to add a black yarn to this so that I can do the other parts, and I'm going to turn it into another box type of bag. So I'm gonna incorporate black yarn for it. And since I really love working on that stitch, I decided to work on another one using another ball of the variegated yarn from China. And it turned out just like this. From this one, if you look closely, you will see the Larksfoot track stitches that are, I guess they are the foot of a lark, which is a bird, some type of bird. And I really like the texture of it and how it came up. And I really got kind of addicted to working on this type of stitch. Some of them has 10 repeats, and this one only has 9 repeats of the design. So since I really like working on that, I decided to use a plain colored yarn. So this is how it will look once you use a plain type of yarn. The stitches are much more visible in here. So this is using the Love Nuts yarn that I have on hand. And this one, it has 9 repeats in them. I was going to put these two together for the front and the back part, but they are not of the same size. Maybe because of the weight of the yarn. So they're not of the same size, so I wouldn't be able to combine them together to make a bag. And then I started another one using a blue Love Nuts yarn, and this is how it came up. I just decided to use a plain colored yarn so that I can show you better. So this one, it is not finished yet. And this is a blue-green yarn that has 8 repeats in them. So I'm still gonna work on that. So that is my adventure with that type of stitch. That is most of the crochet projects that I have. And I already put up the 5th installment for the character per series that I have been making. And if you would like to make them, please do watch that tutorial video, and that is this character purse, which is the Crochet inspired one. The next one that I'm going to make is gonna be the Totoro one. So I'm still jotting down the notes on how to work on the features of that, so that I can teach you guys that next. So those are most of the projects that I have on hand. Sophie has been learning how to chain again, and I'm gonna show you the crochet piece that she's been working on. She's been working on some stitches, and she has a problem with her tension because some parts are bigger than the other ones. But so far, she has made it very neatly. The first parts are twisted. So she has been working on that, and I'm really proud of her. So I decided to show you guys her progress. So that is Sophie's chains. And recently, this past day, since Kuya or Marius is not here, he is Antipolo. He's taking a vacation from her or from his other grandma there. Sophie and I decided to paint some more because we have some leftover color paints. So this is what she came up. She came up with some splotches, a technique that she discovered, and she really enjoyed working on this ones. This is the first one that she made with a heart on the middle part. Another one is this one. This one is my favorite one because of the colors. Very nice colors in it. She really loved working on the splotches. And then there's this last one. And since I have seen her enjoy working on that, I started working on one of my own. And the works of children with artwork, they say, is not that of the work of an adult. They are pretty unique in some way. Because as you can see, this one is nicer than the one that I made. So, the last thing or another thing that I wanted to share with you guys is a purchase that I had this past day. The other day, last Saturday, I decided to go to the mall by myself because I really want to go out. Sometimes you really needed to do that just to unwind by yourself. So I frequently do that whenever I can. And I decided to buy some ice cream because I'm craving for it, some ice cream sandwich. And as I was roaming around the mall, I decided to um, find some books because there's a sale there, and I rummaged for some books, stumbled upon some of it, but these are books that are knitted. And this one is called Fairy Time Knits. It is a book wherein there is a color work of fairy tale characters. I don't know if I can show you. I think the pattern is on the back side. So for example, there's this Three Little Pigs inspired sweater here. And what's cool about this book is that the story is written on the first page. So I can read this to my nephews or nieces whenever we can. There's a pattern on the other page, and another example is this Little Mermaid, which is pretty cool. A knitted color work, I guess. And the story is on this side. So it is a pretty cool book that I can share with the kids whenever I can. And Daniel is really fond of Jack and the Beanstalk. He really likes that story very much, and he acts it out. And then there's this Goldilocks and the Three Bears inspired sweater. So these books are just inspirations for me, and as I have said, there's a story so I can share it with the kids. So that's the first book that I have purchased from book sale. Another book that I have purchased since it has bargain is this Modern Top-Down Knitting, and I just want to show you some of it. There's some really cool pieces here. There's this gloves one, or arm warmer, if I can say it so. There's some other neat blouses here, and this jacket is pretty nice. So it is another book. It is a coffee table book that I can browse whenever I can, just for inspiration. So I'm pretty happy with my purchase. So those are most of it. The other day, Nicole, they were general cleaning along with my kuya and my sister-in-law. So she has been cleaning her room and taking out the stuff that she doesn't need anymore, and she was going to take out some of the items that she has on hand. She's asking me if I wanted to get some of them. So she has this notepads here, or 1/4 piece pad here. She has about that long of it, that high. So I decided to take 4 of them, and Sophie has taken the first one already. So she has some books here that can help Sophie and Marius with their homeworks in the future, like this one. She has also some Filipino English dictionary. So I have taken most of them because I find it useful for Marius and Sophie for whenever they are going to make their homeworks. She has this some type of magazine book, and there's this Christian books that she also gave me. that I really wanted to read, and this is Better Than You Can Imagine. And there's this Shadowmancer book. So she has given me the books that she doesn't need, and since I have some space left on my storage there, I can put it there. She also gave me this bag that is a collapsible bag, so I have something to use from whenever I go to other places. So those are the books that the items that my niece gave me, and I have said most of it. And I have found some other podcasters on the yarn community recently that I have seen from other podcasters, and if you would like to check them out, I will put the links of their channels on the description box below. So for some live stuff, so last Sunday we were able to go to Ongpin to eat out with my cousin's family and my tito's family. We were able to go there and roam around, and my nephew keeps on complaining about walking so far. We keep going to places because they have purchased some rings from a store there, because it is their wedding anniversary, so they purchased rings for the couple rings. And then we also roamed around to check out some amplifiers and stereos for my tito, because he works in a barangay and he wanted to buy the barangay some amplifier and speakers from whenever there's an event. So we also canvassed for that, because my tito has been searching for something cheaper. So we also walked there. It is pretty near, but it is pretty sunny, so my nephew keeps on complaining. And we also eat out there because there are plenty of Chinese restaurants there, since it is also called Chinatown. So that was Sunday, and last Wednesday, I have a video of that on my other channel. Last Wednesday, we were able to go to a Itbulaga studio to watch the show live from there, and we went with my cousin Ate Didit. So I also have clips from that place on my other channel if you want to check it out. So those are most of the things. I wasn't able to share with you guys my voting experience. It went well, but I have to wait in line for about 2 hours to vote. But our voting turned out pretty safe this time. I haven't experienced any trouble with my voting experience yet. I'm hoping I wouldn't be able to have any problems with it in the future. So those are it. Marius is not here. He is at his other grandparents' house to take some vacation there. They have been biking a lot. Sophie has a trolley, and Marius has a bicycle of his own now. So he has been doing that, and Daniel too. Daniel's class has ended yesterday, and yesterday we went to Greenwich because they have some event there of the culmination of their class and some pizza making. So we went there along with Mama and Sophie. So that's an event yesterday. And since it's Saturday today, I would like to make the opportunity to make a podcast. So now I have been stumbling a lot. So there's this other topic here that is asked of me of Miss Chrissy. Hi Miss Chrissy. She was asking about the character purses, if you can hand sew the lining of it. Actually, you can do that if you are patient enough. But what I usually do is I sew the lining on our sewing machine, and then I sew the lining with a zipper by hand. But if you wanted to, you can also saw the lining for the character purses hand sewn. You can also do that. So I think those are most of it. Sometimes I really forget some of the things that I want to discuss, but since this has taken long now, we are experiencing sunny days, but recently at night it has been raining and we are experiencing thunderstorms. So the thunder and lightning is pretty strong here recently, but we are moving along with our lives. So I think those are most of it. I'm glad to have catch up with you guys, and I hope you have a fine day, and as I always say, some family bonding time. That's it from me. Bye for now.